We're live, we're live, we're live. What up, what up? Welcome to Laker Loyalty. I'm one of your hosts, Egyptian Laker, aka Samurai the Seventh, here with co-host Black Muse.
What up, everybody? It's your boy Black Muse. It's good to be back in 2026. Happy New Year. This is the first podcast of the year.
Hmm.
I'm actually excited because we haven't talked in a while, and a lot has been going down with the Lakers, so it's good to be back. How was your New Year, by the way?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
even ask
yeah,
you.
man. It was great. Just chill, just kicking it, family, just a nice, chill, relaxed New Year's, man.
Do you
Crazy.
have do you do a New Year's resolution?
No, just Mamba mentality every day.
Uh,
Uh,
Fair enough.
just be better.
I
Just be
have
better
goals.
than. Yeah, I
I
always like will be like where was I doing the year before? If it's something if it's better, then
Yeah.
cool, I'm progressing.
So I have goals that are like I don't really do New Year's resolutions because I think that they're kind of like cliche. But I
Yeah.
did have goals that I came up with right around New Year's. Just like coincidentally, I'm just like nah. I'm gonna make these goals. So my goal, I guess it could count as a New Year's resolution. My goal is to because I just came out of a situation where I was struggling financially. You knew about it, kind of. Obviously, I made it through, so I could talk about it now. And I was pinching pennies and trying to make ends meet, and dealing with job insecurity of a certain kind. And so that got me really thinking about, okay, how can I make sure this never happens again? So my
Hmm.
goal is I want to, by the end of this year, so by January 2027, I want to have 10 streams of income. And
Nice.
I feel like I can do it. And right now I got like 3 going. So I got to add 7 more somehow.
Good. Hmm.
So that's my new, I guess, New Year's resolution. But that's like my financial goals. So I got all these like side hustles I'm into now that I've gotten back. My main anchor job is back
Hmm.
restored, and I'm about to be saving hella money, bro. I got 3 year plans, 5 year plans, 10 year plans. I got it all laid out. Got it laid out.
Yeah.
But I feel like the
So you.
Lakers' New Year's resolution should be to play some damn defense because that shit is
Oh man.
trash. Like these mother, I can't wait to talk about this. Lakers
Yeah.
defense is
It's
bad.
like one. I feel like it's been one step forward and two steps back with defense. So they'll have a
Yeah,
good game locked down and then two bad games. Like
yeah.
and it's not get. I thought it would get better over obviously the season progresses, but I don't know, man. Maybe I know we've had a lot of changes in the lineups in and out.
And that's a part
People
of it.
come
To be
back
fair
down
to
for
them,
team, and I know, yeah,
yeah,
definitely. But I feel like the majority of the guys that actually play defense have been there. So, but who know? But everybody plays a little bit of defense. Luca does play defense. I think he's actually underrated on his defense. Austin Reeves. It's gotten a little better, a little more aggressive. But I mean, you got other guys that are playing defense are pretty much have been there. Not saying it's just solely their responsibility, but yes, it's always a team thing. So
yeah.
uh, just gotta
Now,
see better, man.
I agree. I do think that the Lakers have a roster problem. So the core issue is the guys they have. They don't really have a lot of elite defenders.
Hmm.
And then another thing that I hear, which I think is partially true, I just think it's exaggerated slightly, is they by comparison to other rosters are not as athletic as other teams, and so that shows on defense
Yeah,
when you have to switch and get back and recover. And so if you're going up against athletic guards or athletic wing type players or players that can rise up over you or bully you, then your lack of athleticism as a team shows. So those things contribute to the Lakers' woes, but also the Lakers be messing up. Like they just have brain
yeah, it's
farts. Like
mental. Yeah,
yeah,
mental mistakes.
so that
And
compounds the issues.
I don't, the whole the Lakers aren't athletic. I don't like that argument either way because I think really because it's like one of the stretches we play defense versus any team like they basketball. It's like we've seen there's plenty of unathletic you know players that made a living playing defense. They just know their right spots where to be. They weren't like necessarily always running everyone out the gym or blocking everyone's shot. But there's a lot of good defenders. You can play defense without being super athletic. I feel like saying the Lakers are not athletic. I feel all season that's just everyone saying Lakers are too white. I feel like that's really what it's really been. They're like Lakers aren't athletic. Nobody just wants to come on and be like, you got too many white guys, and these some brothers on there that can keep over it. But that's what I'm saying. I just feel like that whole it's just funny because so every time they're like Lakers aren't athletic enough as the rest of the NBA. I was like, they have not been saying that for the past 3 seasons when we had bad defense. They were just like Lakers just have bad defense. But then this year it's not athletic enough, which is funny because I think the guys who are defenders are some of the most athletic guys even in the NBA or couldn't like not like in terms like Jared Vanderbilt,
Yeah, I
super
mean,
versatile. He's not a sharpshooter, but he's just athletic. Like
yeah, he's
Smart is
athletic,
athletic.
and
I go they're
there's a
saying. I think they're just saying other teams just a lot quicker and
yeah.
faster, pretty
Yeah,
much.
and
But
the Lakers that have
it's just funny
athletes
when I
like
hear
Jackson Hayes actually is athletic, but he's just not good
super.
defensively.
He's like a freaking nature almost.
So
Yeah,
that doesn't really help
he
us.
he 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 could
DeAndre Ayton
improve
is
more
actually
mentally on defense.
yeah, DeAndre Ayton is not bad
Well,
athletically. He's just not a good on
yeah,
defense. So the athleticism we
like
have
Hayes.
doesn't translate to
Like
defense.
you're right. Like another guy. Hayes is very athletic. It's just he needs to just really hone in on defense. More mentally than like he can. He's actually
Yeah,
a super athletic guy.
Bronny is actually pretty athletic. He's just not ready yet.
Super
And
athletic.
then
Jake Laravia is actually pretty
Jake LaRavia
athletic,
is cool. Yeah, he's pretty cool.
especially
He's
for
well, he's definitely
like
young.
in terms of he's young.
Yeah,
He
exactly,
can run up and down the court. He can get in there, grab rebounds.
exactly.
He can play
Duke
defense.
Hero is
He's kind
dumb
of
athletic,
becoming exactly.
but he's
So
hurt,
so we
so
yeah,
it doesn't
and
help
he's a
us.
rookie. He's not going to get a lot of
Yeah, he's
time.
not. Yeah, but then we
But
have then that leaves us with people like Dalton Connect, who's not
but
that
if we become
athletic.
say all of a sudden we start playing defense, say second half season, Lakers are like top 10 in defense. What are they going to label Lakers? Oh, Lakers are a non-athletic top defensive team. Is that like that's going to be the narrative or something? So I'm just it'd be funny if like all we turn it around and then they're gonna have to
I, I don't
figure
think
out a way to.
without a trade, I actually don't think that that's gonna get that
It's
much
not gonna.
better.
It's probably not gonna happen. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't. Not too many teams jump up like.
yeah,
Oh, no, actually, it does happen sometimes. They jump up a
yeah.
few spots on the second half of the season.
Yeah. Like when we had Goodwin, we had like he actually helped us a lot. And I actually it was kind of sad to see him go because I actually kind of wanted to see him stay,
Who you
but there
talking
was a
about?
stretch last year. Goodwin,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, there was
yeah.
a stretch last year where the Lakers were actually playing pretty damn good defense, but it was like out of the blue,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like people didn't expect it, so it was like
Yeah,
wow, like and then that trade happened, and then we were able to still like maintain pretty damn good defense while we were waiting for
yeah,
Luca to come back and all that. So it's interesting. I think the Lakers need to make a trade in order to improve that and make some offseason moves. This year, my expectations are low. I don't think they're going to be able to pull off the kind of trade I want to see. And if I haven't said
yeah,
this to go on record for 2026, Herb Jones is the trade that I really want.
yeah,
It is feasible in terms of the money. It's not likely though because for some reason the Pelicans want to hoard this dude, even though they're not going anywhere anytime soon. I don't know what they're trying to build towards, but like they might as well just give them to us, but they won't or whatever. And I get that they're sour on trading with us after the AD thing,
mm,
but whatever. Like that's the trade I want. I don't think it's gonna happen. We know the trade that Alante wants. And by the way, you had to give a message about Alante, and we
Oh
have
yeah,
to
we were
forward
just
it.
gonna say, our other co-host, Sonia Mice called Delonte Young, should be joining us a little later in case anyone was wondering where he was. Um, he just had some technical difficulties and will be joining us later. And he's anxious to get back up on here as well.
Yeah, but we know who he likes. We know who he's expecting to
Oh
go to
well,
the
yeah,
Lakers.
he's leading the Giannis trade line.
Yeah.
I mean, we
So,
all want Giannis. We all definitely love Giannis.
oh yeah,
He's
one is
insistent
yeah,
it will
of
happen,
course. Yeah.
and I'm hoping it'll happen. It's a mystery what's going on in Milwaukee. I mean, not a mystery, but I mean, sure, there's people that know. I mean, you saw the game where he was a couple like 2 games ago where Milwaukee was booing their own fans were booing the players, and then
Yeah.
Giannis was booing back.
Yeah,
I mean, as someone who wants Giannis on the Lakers, you love to see stuff like that. You're like, yes,
yeah.
yes,
I mean, again,
yes, turn on each other.
I get the desire, and I share the desire. I'm also a realist, and sometimes I'm also a pessimist, or I come off that way. I'm not really trying to be pessimistic, but I don't believe that's going to happen this year.
Yeah,
It might
you
happen.
just don't want to get your hopes up.
Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't, but I genuinely don't believe it's going to happen this year because I just think that if he became available, generally, Lakers don't have the best package. If he tried to force his way to the Lakers, that would make more sense. But he hasn't given any indication that he's going to do that. Like if he says, "I want to trade and I only want to go to the Lakers," if you trade me anywhere
Hmm.
else, I'm going to be a 1 year rental and I'm done. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Well, then all of a sudden, that looks more realistic for coming this year. But we'll see. We got the new owners who are making moves for the Dodgers. Even to this day, they're still making moves. They're making boss moves. So I'm wondering when that's gonna
Dodgers,
kick in for the
yeah,
Lakers, bro. Like I want to see Lakers
we
make
got
them moves,
Tucker,
bro.
man.
That shit is crazy to
I
that Tucker
mean,
move.
yeah, Tucker. We got Diaz. It's so I remember I saw a post somewhere on Threads or Twitter where it showed like the Lakers, the Dodgers get a key, you know, fielder hitter and a key pitcher for the past like 3 4 summers, and it's led to a championship. It's always yeah, man. I can't wait. Well, shit, there's gonna be a lockout most likely after this season, so hopefully
Yeah,
Dodgers can three-peat before baseball tries to put a salary cap.
yeah.
All the
Bring
owners
back the
start
three P,
finally,
bro.
you know,
Bring back
shoot,
the three P.
man, we three-peat. Oh my goodness, should be wild. It'd be dope. It's a three-peat thing. No one's done it since the Lakers, so it'd only be fitting for it to happen in LA. Yeah, man. Yeah, Herb Jones definitely. I think that's everyone's favorite and most realistic trade hope trade piece we're hoping to get before the trade deadline, which is coming up in what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We'll have the trade
Yeah,
deadline.
early February. Yeah, it's coming soon. Herb Jones is officially
Yeah,
trade
February
eligible.
5th.
I think it was the 14th of January where
Yeah,
that became
as of
true.
the 15th.
15th of January.
Yeah,
Okay.
15th. A lot of players became eligible. That's a big day in NBA season. So anytime between now and February 5th, we may start seeing some guys
So
move. We will start seeing some guys move.
I forgot to say this. I wanted to say this. So obviously I want Herb Jones. But while y'all at it, throw in Trey Murphy too, because y'all don't need him either. Y'all not using these players. Like we can use both of these dudes. Like give them up. Like you don't need these dudes. Now Trey Murphy,
I
the,
think
the
he would
salary is
love to be a
huge.
Laker.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they would too. But
When I went
there's
to,
no way that that trade happens without getting rid of Reeves, in my opinion. That's got
I
to
think
happen.
he would love to be in LA. When I was at the when I was at the Mamba High School Classic at LA Live, he was there at the championship game. He looked like he loved being in LA and being a staple. Like he was one of the only NBA players who was there watching that championship game.
Hmm.
And I don't know, it just looked like he wanted to be there. Rob Pelinka was there, and that's a lot of people, but he was like, you see him looking all around, man. They do this. This is what the Lakers do for the, how-
Hmm.
for Kobe and the legends. I think he would probably want to fit in.
So
Nobody wants
speak.
to be play for the Pelicans. Sorry, New Orleans.
Uh,
Nobody wants to play.
I mean, they honestly they need to go to a full rebuild, but it is what it is. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Zion's wasting his time and his talents there, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. I
yeah.
wanted to
I
ask you.
think I feel like they need to build around really quick about the Pelicans. Derek Queen. That's their rookie center having a great year. I mean, I've been seeing a lot of people. I agree too with the take that they need to rebuild around him. He's a young, big, but like athletic center who can do everything. It's crazy. He's
Mhm.
a player to definitely keep an eye on in the future. Derek Queen doing big things out there. He's definitely. I don't see Zion should be the focal point anymore.
Mhm.
But yeah,
I
well,
agree.
my bad. We were moving
I
on to
agree with
something
that.
else.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're going with the flow, bro. I did have a question that came to my
Oh, I
mind
thought there was
recently.
something you wanted to say. Yeah.
No, I did. I had a question that came to my mind recently. But I didn't. I'm saying I didn't mind that you wanted to touch on that point before I did because I was gonna change the subject like you thought I was. So this is dovetailing on we're talking about it like I mean it kind of is related getting new players. So we were talking about trades. Um, this wouldn't necessarily happen in a trade, but what do you think about the rumors that CP3 wants to be a Laker?
No, hey, we don't need it, man. This ain't 20. What was it 2012? This was 20. What was it 14 years ago? Man, I don't
Bro,
want
you
him. This
said
funny guy. Like at this point,
no.
I don't.
That's crazy.
At this point, like kind of how you where you're at. Like I'm not expecting. I don't have any expectation of the trade deadline. I don't expect any. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers don't make any moves. At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if like guys like Rui, Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt, Don Connect are all traded at some point. Not that I want those guys traded. I'm always, I'm from the school of any team can make it work if they just put the work in and get healthy. So, like we've seen this team at its best. I still believe the Lakers at their best, fully healthy or a majority of the team healthy, can win, can go to the chip, get to the Western Conference Finals or the finals at the least. We've seen spurts of that. Like I think majority of good NBA teams, especially in the West.
Hmm.
That's why everyone says it's the Wild West. Anyone could always go on a run, especially you get the playoffs. You don't know who. Health is always an issue too. So, like I said, at this point, during our break, I've been like just became numb to any rumors or anything. I'm just like I'm away. And this kind of pretty much happens every year. But I think as I get older, I think it's also that too. I'm just like, not like when we got Luca, I was like because I wasn't expecting any major trades to happen. And
Yeah.
obviously, I guess that had been work for a few months. And so when it happened, I was just like, "What?" I wasn't even like able to really be excited, but I was super happy. And then the next day, I was like, "Damn, Luka!" And it's even now when we see Luca play, still kind of a trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get Herb Jones or even just anyone that can help improve our roster, obviously that would be great. If not, I'm like, well, let's just ride the season out and see what happens. Austin Reeves coming back soon. Maybe that does put a jolt into the team, and we get back to uh, winning most of our games. I feel like we're playing pretty much 500 basketball right now, if not worse.
Yeah, I mean we're playing really mediocre right now. It's gotten to the point, and I'm glad you brought that because I wanted to touch on this. It's gotten to the point that my attitude and my enthusiasm for this Lakers season has waned to a kind of pessimism, and literally I have a
Yeah.
policy now where if the Lakers start fucking up too much, I literally turn the game off. I don't care if they win or lose at that point. I'm just like I can't because it
Hmm.
it really like affects me so much where like I can't even like think straight. I can't even enjoy my day. So I literally would just turn the like this game off. And a lot of times when
Yep.
they're playing like that, it's kind of predictable. They're gonna lose because they usually don't dig themselves out of playing bad once they start. They like commit to the bad play, and the Lakers are really
Yeah.
hot and cold like that. Like they either play really shitty or they execute really well, and they're not like typically like on the brink or like so. They're usually like either really bad or really good, and
They're
I'm not really
blowouts.
sure
Yeah.
what to make of that. I want to see more. I wanted to see more consistency, ideally by this time of the year. I know we passed the easiest part of the season, and
Hmm.
that's why I was so confident with my 15-5 prediction.
Hmm.
And that
Ridiculous.
actually ended up being true. But I was nervous what would happen beyond that, and then we had injuries and stuff, and that didn't help.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's been interesting having LeBron in the lineup for this many games. I think that LeBron still can be an asset, like I thought. A lot of people are still pursuing the narrative that LeBron is, old, washed, all that good stuff. And he had a shitty game last game, by the way. And he should get
Mhm.
criticized for that. But like, it's the over exaggeration. It's the like, oh, see, he sucks. And it's like, all right, well, I mean, he just had a game today. He had 24 points. He was 9 of 17 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Those stat lines are decent. Like I don't know. It's just weird. So I don't know. Like I I like some things about what the Lakers are doing. Obviously, Luka Doncic is great overall, but also
Yeah.
Luka recently had some shitty games too. Though he was out last game, and that sucks
Yeah.
because our Lakers offense without Luka is terrible. like our offense is like really
Mhm.
depends on Luka Doncic.
it's,
It's that,
it's
especially
like
without Reeves, especially
engine
without
oil.
Reeves.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
everything.
exactly. Um,
All the gear. Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see what happens when Reeves comes back, because I do think that that is a big part of our offense, and it frees up everybody else. Like the thing about our offense is like
Hmm.
our offensive
Of
players
course.
compound each other, and they actually free up each other in a way that makes our offense pretty
Hmm.
powerful. We just need a little bit of help on defense, and that's why I think Herb Jones would
Yeah.
be night and day difference right
Yeah.
away. I think Herb
Oh,
Jones
of
is
course.
starter
Yeah.
material, and it's sad that it took Rui to get
Oh, for
hurt for
sure.
this to happen. But Rui not being in the starting lineup, I think, was a good move. It should have been happened, but I guess he had to wait for him to get hurt to
Hmm.
justify it. I really hope Rui doesn't move back to the starting lineup. I
Yeah.
really don't want that. I don't think that's a good
Yeah.
look for the Lakers. I think that Marcus Smart being in the starting lineup over Rui makes more sense to me. To be honest with you, I would even prefer Jake
Yeah.
LaRavia over Rui. To be honest, like if I had to choose,
But I
but
was
I
gonna
would
say
prefer Marcus
When
Smart.
Reeves come back, you'll yeah, I was gonna say when Reeves comes back, he most likely will start. Smart will go to the bench. I assume they'll like as of right now they got Laravia still starting. So it's gonna be it's gonna be it's gonna be all right. It's gonna be three white boys starting. But I feel like Laravia may have take. I don't know like if they're trying to work Rui back into the rotation. Because I know I mean he does have some really efficient good shooting games. When he starts
Yeah, yeah.
with just defense and
The
then the games where he has lapses
justification
and
for
stuff.
Rui,
So,
yeah, the
uh,
justification for Rui starting is his
but I
offense. That makes sense.
was is that he can score if we need it, and then he's like I said he's a slat he's a good wing. He can score. He can also three level scoring whatever, and then he can play defense and rebound. He's not like the best defender in the world, but he'll hustle. When we need it, especially. So I mean if when Reeves so yeah so the second game. Yeah, it's assuming everyone's here after by the time Reed, because I think when's Reed supposed to be back by the
He was supposed to be
end of this
reevaluated 4 weeks after he got re-injured, and I don't remember when
month?
that
Let me
was.
check
Yeah,
that.
so probably this month, maybe in a few weeks. I don't know. I
I got
mean,
that somewhere. Let me check that.
it was, and he was supposed to be reevaluated in a month. That
I was,
doesn't mean coming back in a month. So I don't know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, looks like we might have lost Samurai while he was looking up some stuff. Let's see if I can reach out to him real quick. Sorry about that, yo. The technical difficulties, bro. Um, see if we can get him back. And just to keep things going and not have too much dead air time. I just watched the end of the Lakers versus Raptors game. I was actually out volunteering, so I missed most of it. But I tuned in with like 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Lakers ended up beating the Raptors pretty handily. They beat them by 17 points. From they were up by like 9 points from the moment I like started watching the game, and they just built their lead from there. The Lakers' offense is night and day different with Luca out of the lineup versus Luca in the lineup. I think that that's so obvious right now, and it's especially true that Reeves isn't there because Reeves can kind of pick up the slack when Luca's out, but when Reeves is gone and Luca's gone, and you don't have Aiton like what happened last game, and all you have to do is rely on LeBron James and company for your scoring, and LeBron James decides to take a big fucking dump and plays like shit, then yeah, the Lakers' offense is terrible, and that's why they lost last game. They got their asses handed to them by, I believe, Charlotte. So yeah, that happened. But Lakers ended up, kind of dog walking the Raptors a little bit, beat them by double digits. Raptors can't really couldn't really stop the Lakers offensively. Stop the Lakers offense. And it looks like Luca is on a Spectrum Sportsnet doing his interview. Um, Lakers are kind of on again, off again lately, and it's a little frustrating to watch as like a fan base. Um, I think that the fan base deserves a little bit more consistency by now. And there's a lot of potential people to blame. Some people want to blame LeBron for whatever reason. Okay. Some people want to blame injuries. Okay. Some people want to blame JJ Redick. Okay. Some people want to blame the front office for not making moves faster. Okay. Um, to be honest with you, it's probably a little bit of all of those things in conjunction with each other that we're seeing. I don't think it's one thing more than the other. The Lakers have a roster issue. I don't know that JJ Redick has lost the locker room, but it does seem clear to me sometimes that JJ Redick does not have the consistent command and respect of the locker room all the time. He has it sometimes in some games, and other times in other games he doesn't. And I'm not really sure what to make of that, other than kind of the natural ebbs and flows of a season. Like, I don't know that there is. I don't know that it's uncommon for players to view their coaches in this way, where it's kind of like sometimes, like I actually genuinely believe that they respect JJ Redick in general, but sometimes they're not up for the game. Sometimes they're not mentally in it, and sometimes when they're in that mode, JJ Redick can't really do shit to like break them of that. But JJ Redick clearly gives a damn, and I do think that if they hated JJ Redick, then they'd probably suck more often. But at the same time, they've been sucking more often lately, and I can't tell if it's because JJ lost the locker room, or if it's because like the Lakers basically welcome back, bro. If it's because, just to finish this thought, if it's because the Lakers are just not locked in as a team and as a unit yet. So I was just discussing with the audience, kind of monologuing while you were going about my thoughts, and I'll repeat them because I want you to hear them, and actually would love for you to comment on them. There's been a lot of like kind of Laker gossip as we're used to. Try to
Hmm.
explain why the Lakers are kind of trending towards mediocrity, and some people suggest that it's LeBron. We talked about that, or I mentioned that earlier. But the other ones that I was delving into are some people think that JJ Redick's lost the locker room,
Mm.
and other people think that the Lakers just have a roster issue. And I side on it's probably a little bit of all of those things that people are speculating. It's not like one is more than the other. But the
Yeah.
JJ Redick lost the locker room thing is a little bit like I feel like we just don't have enough information yet because that could be true. But it's like sometimes the Lakers actually play in a way that suggests that they actually do, like he still has the locker room, like they
Listen to
do
him.
respect
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Other times though, there are moments where it's like that's odd. Like why are they doing that? Like why it doesn't seem like they're listening to him at all right now. So like what the fuck is that? So I can't tell fully. And JJ Redick has this interesting thing where the Lakers will play like shit. He'll say that shit in the media. I know he says that to the Lakers. If he says it in the
Hmm.
media, then the Lakers will have a bounce back game where they play way better. So it's like if he lost the locker room, how do you explain the bounce back games then?
Yeah.
Right? Like so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just odd. Go ahead. What do you think?
It's interesting. I mean, I think it's just like with a lot of other coaches. I mean, he's only in the second year. Um,
Yeah.
with with two new guys on the team, but who are technically vets at this point in Aiden and Smart. So I think it's me personally. I mean, I honestly think it's whatever relationship LeBron and JJ are having, because they're homies. Obviously, everyone knows they're homies way before this happened. A lot of us, including myself, believe that Reddick got the job with big influence from LeBron. But obviously, they're human, and they're probably going to butt heads at times and have disagreements. Uh, Especially like when LeBron had that Phoenix game. What was it, like a few months ago when LeBron was just messing
Yeah,
around with
that
us?
that was one of
I'd
the
be
things I
I
had in
would be
mind. Yeah.
furious too if I was JJ Redick. I'd be like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I don't care if this is your last season or you're just 40 years old. Like, hey,
Yeah.
this is not the time. Like, well, it's a close game right now. Like, yeah, I understand if it was 10 seconds left in the game and either team is up by 15. But anyway, so I think like we LeBron's uh um presence is so large anywhere he goes. So I'm sure other players will be influenced
Hmm.
by him. or maybe not. So I don't know. I think that, like you said, I think JJ just going through regular coaching, growing pains, if that's a better term. But I think it's yeah. I don't think that is a major issue from my observations of the games and stuff. I don't think there's like, oh, he's lost the locker room. I think they just play bad at times and he coaches bad at times, and then they just regroup and figure it out and then play better.
Yeah,
Um, I don't
that's
feel
what
like
I'm.
anything.
That's my sense too. Is like I think it's just too premature to just declare he'd lost the locker room.
Yeah,
But I do think so. The part of it that I think is directionally right is he could lose the locker room in a fairly
of
permanent
course.
way if he's not careful, and he does
Yeah,
have to manage some superstars, some egos, and things like that. And he is a new coach, um, and there is frustration that I think the veterans will have if they don't agree with what the coach is doing,
yeah,
and they think that it's costing them the game or whatever. And then like my thing with JJ Redick is I don't really have a problem with his schemes. I think
yeah.
his schemes are actually very I think he's a good coach in terms of that. I do have a problem with his timeouts. I think his timeouts are just not very well used, and a
Timed
lot of
or
yeah,
used
at all. And he
both. Yeah,
allows momentum shifts to get worse before
yeah.
calling the timeout, and he just
Waits too long.
that's coach rookie mistakes. Like what the fuck? Like you should know when to stop the momentum. Like most coaches would call that timeout 2-3 plays earlier. like
Yeah,
come on, bro. You're letting 5 point swings turn into 9-10 point swings before you call the timeout, bro. Like we could have stopped the bleeding earlier. So things like that bug me. But I mean that's fixable. Like that's what I mean. Like that's not hands in pockets.
yeah. And I feel like he's still because um I have sometimes have to even remind myself, but we all have to remember that he's never really coached. Like, yeah, he played in the NBA. He was a great role player. Played, uh, at every level. Went, played at a high level at every level he's played. But he's in the second year coaching. Didn't coach high school. Didn't coach college. So I feel he's like still, like I said, his growing pains. He's actually kind of still learning. I feel like when he calls these timeouts or doesn't call the timeouts when he needs to, it's like he's still. I feel like he's still thinking as a player. He's not thinking as a coach. He's like, all right, we don't need a timeout right now. We'll come back. We can do it. When it's like, no, you gotta look at it from outside. A
Yeah.
player's perspective and be like, what do I need to do what's best for the team? I think he's thinking from like maybe mistakenly looking at it through the superstar's eyes, like, oh no, we don't need to call timeout. They got when he needs to call a timeout. But like I said, it's his second year being a coach at any level ever, and it's the Lakers. So, and he's young. I like a lot of I do like him overall as a coach. So I'm willing to let the season ride out. And see also next season when maybe there's a roster with better defense added or a second half of the season. Um, and one thing I wanted to mention was that if the person, the most importantly, I think he needs to not lose is obviously Luca, because that's who we're building everything around. Everyone knows that. So, say him and LeBron have a falling out, I don't think it's as big of a deal if this was last year. I mean, pre Luca. But
Yeah.
everyone, including LeBron, knows it's Luca's team now. So, as long as Luca and JJ are good, I think things will just continue to improve. Like, it's crazy. They're like JJ's what? He's the same age as LeBron, so he's still just also not only a second year coach, he's also very young in terms of coaching age for a coach. So
Mhm.
yeah, like
Yeah, I agree with
I'm
that.
I'm not too worried. If he was like 55 and he's on his third NBA team, I would be like, yeah, we probably need to get rid of him. Let's get rid of him right now.
Yeah, I
But
agree. It
no,
seems
I
like
won't. I mean, not now, but I'm saying if the season ended poorly, I would feel like that.
yeah, that makes
But
sense.
I don't think the season's gonna end bad. I think we're gonna I'm optimistic, hoping we still get healthy, make a run, get back to winning. But like, yeah, we might need
Well, we're about to
some
have a
minor switch changes.
we're about to have a hell of the next couple months. Like our February and
Hmm.
March and I think April is
Yeah,
really brutal, but our February and March are not going to be easy. So, starting with Tuesday, we got a game against the Nuggets. Now the Nuggets are not full speed, but if the Lakers bullshit, they could still lose to a mediocre team that
yeah.
doesn't have Jokic and shit. So we'll see what happens on
Oh yeah.
Tuesday. But I wanted to actually
Um,
go over the schedule if you don't mind. So I want to pull that up real quick and then just talk about it with you.
yeah,
But
and right before you do that, this is gonna coincide with what you're saying. So this Tuesday, as you mentioned, is Lakers versus Nuggets, which kicks off, and we talked about this for a minute earlier. NBA Rivals Week. It's an official week the NBA started to do about 3, 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And it's funny because it's like most of them are not the traditional rivalries of throughout NBA. It's like the new rivalries, and I feel like the NBA is also trying to force some of them. Like you said, Lakers Nuggets. That I agree with because that's kind of become our little one of our rivals in the past since 2020 since we knocked them out in the Western Conference Finals, then won the
they
championship, and
knocked
they
us
came
out.
back, knocked us out, and then they won a championship, and then in the regular season, they've actually kind of been dominating us. That's a team I know we always all want to beat. So I agree, they definitely kind of become um, modern day rival for us. And then also, that goes up into Sunday. And the other rivalries are the other teams. Some of them are, I'm like, are they trying to force that? And some make sense. But if you want to go into the schedule, start with the Lakers, and then I want to add some of the other teams after that.
Fair enough. Yeah, so Denver on Tuesday, that kind of rivalry thing, that's gonna be a cock. After that, we have the Clippers. Now, I just heard some stuff about how Kawhi is not gonna be playing for a while, even though he came back balling.
It's sad. He's been having a great
So
season. He's been having a
I
great
know,
season. He's played in like
yeah,
multiple back to backs, which is
yeah.
crazy. He's playing multiple
I think
back
it
to
was
backs.
Chris Haynes
That's
that announced that on Twitter. Then we got
yeah.
Dallas missing AD, um, likely.
Kyrie
Well,
not ready yet. So
Kyrie's not ready yet, but AD, there was this weird thing about him getting surgery. Shams actually early dropped it, and then AD called Cap.
yeah,
So that was actually interesting because
yeah.
it was Shams
Tweeted
who
it.
said it, and Shams doesn't typically get stuff wrong
Yeah,
like that. So that's
exactly.
fascinating. Then we got the
That
Bulls.
was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
AD came out and said like, "Don't believe." Say something like, "Don't believe everything." Like he actually had some heat behind
Yeah,
this tweet. Like, "Don't believe everything here on the internet." It was like you talk about. All right, obviously a shot at Sean.
yeah, it was.
That was funny.
Chicago, Cleveland is going to be a big deal. I don't know if we'll win that, and then Washington. So the rest of January is a bunch of games we should win, with the maybe possible exception of Cleveland. If the Lakers fuck around, they
Hmm.
will lose to Chicago. And if they
They
fuck around,
they've
they'll
been they've
they'll
been
lose to
they've
Denver
been
too.
they've been beating us. They had that heartbreak buzzer beater last year. They beat us both games last year. Yeah, we need to beat Chicago. I don't like this whole Chicago. I feel like this '91 with Jordan whooping on the Lakers. Like I don't like this Chicago Bulls beating us like the last 2, 3 games in the past 2 seasons. We definitely need to win
Yeah,
that game. I
exactly.
don't like
So
that.
that, but
I
that,
don't like
but
that
that
Jake.
rounds out, but that rounds out the rest of January in that order. So just to
Yeah.
give you, I don't know if you can see this, but just so it's Denver, Clippers, Dallas,
Yeah, I'm
Chicago,
looking at it
Cleveland,
over here.
Washington. Okay, cool. And then February starts, and then February things start to heat up, which is what I was trying to signal to you. So we start with New York.
Hmm.
That's gonna be a tough game on the first. Brooklyn should be easy. Then we got Philly. I'm not really sure what to think of Philly now because Philly's kind of weird. Like they, I don't know, man. Golden State, the Lakers
They're
could
never.
lose that one,
They're always gonna
but
be. Yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
Also, yeah, Philly's always a fake tough guy. Like they're always predicted to be good. And wait till Joel Embiid comes back. Wait till Paul George comes back. It's the same story every year. They're always like pretenders. They're not
Yeah,
contenders. I don't think it's. I don't know what's going on with Philly. If it's the ownership franchise, they're cursed or whatever. But it's. I just feel like I
but
never even and even though Philly's got Joel Embiid and Paul George, I just no matter this since Joel Embiid has been on the Sixers, the process era, I just feel is they're never gonna get to the finals.
yeah, I agree. The thing about February, despite the teams being challenging, is that we have 8 consecutive home games in a row. That's actually incredible. I don't remember having that many home games in a row last year. We might have at some point, but literally we're about to have 8 consecutive home games, starting with Philadelphia, then Golden State, then Oklahoma City. And by the way, we need to beat them one time. Like we need to beat that. Like that needs to happen. Then
Yeah,
after that, we got San Antonio, then Dallas, then the Clippers again. Then we have Boston at home, and then we also have Orlando. All of those teams are home games. So that's one, two, three, four,
Yep.
5, 6, 7, 8 home games in a row. And honestly, I want payback against Boston because they beat us bad last time, and they not even really all there. And I want to beat Orlando too because fuck Orlando. And also, like, I don't like that game winner that they hit against us. I think I think that was last year, but it might have been the year before. Wagner, Franz Wagner or whatever, did that shit. I didn't like that shit.
Yeah. I remember those
Um,
first half of the
then the
season.
last, yeah, then the last 2 games of February are the Phoenix, which we need to beat them again because like
Hmm.
they beat us last time. I didn't like that shit. And then Golden State
Yeah.
and both of those are on the road. After that, March gets really challenging. We got the Kings to start and the Pelicans. That's like the easiest part of the month, in my opinion. Then we got Denver, then
Yep.
Indiana, then New York, then Minnesota, then Chicago, then Denver again, then Houston twice in a row, then Miami, then Orlando, then Detroit, then the Pacers, then Brooklyn, which is easy, and Washington. So and then Cleveland to end the month. So to me, March is it heats up. Like this is going to be one of the toughest parts of our season, and then April is not that much better because even though we only have a few games in
Almost the
April,
hardest might be
I mean, yeah, but it's shorter. But yeah, you're right because we
in
got
terms of
Oklahoma
those
City
2 weeks.
twice.
It's
Yeah,
shorter, but I'm saying like game 3, you got OKC twice. Phoenix is, I've been saying all season is going to be a sneaky good team, and they're probably going to
but
finish. They
by
could
that
usually finish
time,
top 6, top
will they
5.
be playing their starters though?
Golden
Because it's the
State.
second to the last game.
Who knows?
So
Hey, you
I
already
wonder
know the
about that.
NBA. Some game, some things go down to the wire, especially with the playing. You
Yeah,
never know.
well,
I
I'm
mean,
just
if
saying
they're
I
set
don't
in their
know.
seating,
Yeah.
yeah, if they're set in their seating, but as it looks right now, it's going to be a really tight finish for 2 through 6. So I think every team's going to be playing to the last game.
Yeah.
And then 7 through 11. I mean, there's teams in the West right now that are a game or two away just from getting in the plan. Who could be a game or two away from being a lottery team, or a game or two away from being in the play-in. So, like, I'm still, I know the 80 situation in Dallas, as you mentioned earlier, but I feel like Dallas is still gonna try to get in the play-in. I think Kyrie's gonna come back because they got Cooper Flag. I feel like it's really now just all about Cooper Flag and getting him experience, developing him, and getting him ready for just his future. So I think that if I was, I mean, if I was Cooper Flag or I was managing a team or coaching a team, that I'd want to try to get in the play in the playoffs because who knows? Kyrie comes back even without ADs. Kyrie comes back. Cooper Flag, Gafford, PJ. Who knows? Maybe they make an upset. They at least upset somebody in the play-in, get
Well,
in the
they're making
first
it seem
round. Who
they're
knows? I
gonna
think that's
trade
great
this. They're gonna
experience for
trade him.
Cooper Flag.
They're making it seem they're gonna like they're gonna
AD,
trade
yeah,
AD
of
before the
course.
end of for the trade deadline. So I don't even know if that's gonna help them that much.
So who knows
But
if they
we'll
even
see.
have him? But
Yeah.
Dallas is like, I mean, they're literally only what? I can't let me read that.
To me,
They're 2 games out of the play-in.
trading AD would be kind of an insult to injury. You lose Luca, you're not getting him back. Trading AD it makes it worse, doesn't it? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that they just wait and see what happens unless they get some crazy good deal for them. That works out. But yeah, but speaking of Dallas, and then I want to go back to this week's games, the rivals week. So the LA Nuggets, I agree with. Lakers Nuggets. Lakers Clippers, they've been forcing this battle of LA since 2015 when Lob City was supposed to be good. Was supposed to
Yeah.
do something with their stupid billboard saying we run LA, which is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't like the NBA trying to keep forcing this battle of LA, battle LA. Like there's no they were had I mean they actually got a lot better in like the middle of the season, but they're probably they I don't think they make they could make the play-in, but they're one of those teams that's they're them and the Mavericks are like, I'm sorry, the Clippers and the Grizzlies are basically fighting for the 10th spot. The Grizzlies are ahead of them by like a game or 2 games, and the Mavs. So I think
Yeah.
the Grizzlies, Clippers, Mavericks, they all fight for the 10th spot. I feel like the Blazers, Warriors, kind of gonna be around 7, 8, 9, and then the top 7 teams right now, which Thunder, San Antonio, Denver, Minnesota, Houston, LA, and then even Phoenix. Like I think any, with the exception of the Thunder, any of those teams could finish in any order at the end of the season. But so for this week, then we got so the Nuggets, Clippers, and then or the Slippers, and then Dallas. I'm like, well, I don't know why they're trying to act like we're rivals with Dallas. We never really were rivals with the Mavericks, but because of Luka trade, I know that's why they scheduled that game. But it's like AD's not playing. There's no real rivalry with with them,
Yeah.
so it's interesting. I thought it'd be funny. I thought it'd be better like they did. Like if they even did the Lakers and the Bulls, it would make. I would rather see that if they had scheduled that game for this week, but because a little bit of a rivalry back in the early '90s, but uh, and a lot of connections between those two teams historically. But whatever. Some of the other things, the other games interest me in that week they were supposed to highlight. Like they have OKC and Milwaukee is supposed to it's like one of the headliner key games, and I'm like, were they? Did we ever talk about? Oh, I can't wait to watch that OKC Milwaukee game. I don't think that's they're trying to it's like a small market marquee matchup they're trying to force, and I brought up earlier before we started recording that they did face each other in the NBA Cup championship 2 years ago when Milwaukee won. So maybe they're trying to play it off that, which is interesting, um, and what's interesting is that speaking of the cup, noticed every team so far, I mean, not including this past season, that went to the cup has been to the finals at some point. So maybe the NBA Cup is really a kind of a good barometer of who's going to be good that season or in the future. I mean, the first one was Lakers and the Pacers. Lakers had won championship 2 years before. Pacers end up in the finals 2 years later. Milwaukee and Thunder play each other in 24 NBA Cup. Milwaukee had won 2 years prior. OKC win it a year later. So this year we have the Spurs and the Knicks. I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of those two or both those two teams in the finals in the next 2, 3 years, possibly. I mean, the Knicks, their window is now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see them. And Spurs, I think it's no surprise to anybody if we'll see them in the finals within 3, 4 years, maybe sooner. But yeah, I just want to bring up the Rivals Week and how they came up with some of the games. I mean, there's some other games that are injured. I don't think anybody talks about being rivals. I think the NBA was just needed to make some sort of scheduling. Um, like that's why we have those 8 home games because we had that the Grammy road trip. So it's weird. I don't think they've ever done it. I haven't seen like that in a while. Or because the Grammy road trip, we always leave for like 5 to 8 games. I think it's 8 games this year. And then we come back, we'll play for like 3, 4 home games, and then go back on the road, come back. But yeah, they did just 8 straight home games, um, which is cool. I know the road trip is broken up with the All Star break, but yeah, that's always a good measuring stick of where we're at is that road trip. 'Cause it's like what 8 game road trip plus like I think that one of the first games is the Clippers, so that's technically not a road game, but uh, yeah, I think after that road trip we'll have a much clearer picture of where the team is.
Yeah, I
I feel like
mean,
it's always a
and also
good
the trade deadline is going to be in there somewhere too, so that's going to solidify some things.
yeah. We'll go back to the what was our schedule. I think we'll be yeah like it's right at the middle or getting towards the end of the road trip. So yeah, they should both kind of coincide together. This is it.
Um,
So trade deadline is February 5th. We will be playing the Sixers that day. So that's actually the beginning. Yeah. So that's at the so the trade deadline is after that 8 game road trip. So yeah, it's exactly they line up perfectly together. So at the end of the road trip, we'll see where I think that's going to be like a really paint the clear picture of where we're at. And the trade deadline is right at the end. So that homestand, that 8 game homestand starts with the trade deadline. So whoever gets traded will be able to probably play within a game or two since we'll be at home the whole time. It's not like the Lakers are on the road or any NBA teams on the road. Player gets
right.
traded, they usually wait till the team get returns home. I mean, there's been times that I think players have joined the team on the road, but it's usually a home game. they join him.
And
So
I
yeah,
actually
so
left
that's
that
a
out.
big
Like
date this year, the trade deadline.
the road stretch predates the home stretch. I emphasize the home stretch, but you just
Yeah, 8-8. It's
yeah,
crazy, 8-8.
yeah. So that's
I don't
interesting.
remember the last time the schedule was like that.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I was kind of shocked by it, but it is what it is. I mean, it's gonna be
If we
tough
can
for the
go
Lakers regardless. But go ahead.
if we can go 5-3, 5-3 on the road, 6-2 at home. That I feel like that's a realistic goal for those 16 games. Um, the road trip begins Tuesday at Denver. Come back to LA, Inglewood for Thursday for a road game, and then back on the road for the next 6 games to the Midwest to the East Coast.
Hmm.
So let's see, one they could win one, two, three, 4, 5. Yeah, five. I think 5 games are realistic. Like the Clippers game, we need to win that. You get back for the last game for sure. And then Dallas, Lucas should go off in Dallas. That's a nationally televised game. Lucas should go crazy. Better. You better. uh Chicago. We need to win in Chicago for that half court buzzer beater bullshit last year, and the fact they also beat us in LA and Chicago last year. So that's 3 games. Then I'm looking at the Wizards game. We can't. We should gotta win that game. That's 4. Brooklyn. That's 5. That's 5 games we should win. The other 3 are the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Nuggets. Those 3, like you had mentioned, the Cavs. The Nuggets, Lakers. I think we won a few. I think we won more games in Madison Square Garden over the past few years than lost. So I think we should. That's a good. So 5 to 6 wins on
I
the
mean,
next
last
eight
year
games should be realistic.
we
Then
beat
at
them in the Garden, and then heard about the
yeah, I
trade
remember
of
that
yeah. So
nicely. Yeah,
yeah,
and then the home stretch, like you mentioned, Philly, Golden State, OKC. OKC, we got to win that one. Spurs, yeah, okay. The home stretch will be versus some good teams. Boston will be in the middle of that. We got to win that since they whooped us earlier in Boston. That's our last game versus them.
hmm
Orlando. So yeah, I could see us. Like I said, we got to win at least 5 of our 8 home games, if not 6. Golden State, we should win that. Philly, we should win that. OKC,
I mean,
San
right now we're
Antonio could
sitting
go
at
either
the
way.
sixth
Dallas,
seed.
we should win that.
Right now we're sitting at the
Clippers,
sixth seed.
yeah,
So
right on, right.
going like going 5-3, 6-2 would help us because we're not doing this 1-1
Yeah, for
bullshit.
sure. Yeah, no 500, but we're literally 500. The past 10 games, we are 5-5, and then before that, I mean, I feel like every 10 games when I check the standings, they have like the last 10
Hmm.
section. Every time I look, it's like we were 5-5, we're 4-6, we're 6-4. Like I said, we've been playing 500 basketball. If it wasn't for our great like 15-5 start, we would be. And this was discussed in being season about we're playing a lot of concerns from loyalists like us, like, all right, we're playing really good right now, but we have lost to some of the better teams, and then we're going to start playing better teams. And all the haters have also said the same thing. Oh, y'all are only winning right now because you're playing good teams. And now it is starting to show a little bit. Um, yeah, I think that also, as you mentioned, health is a big factor. I feel like I said, the whole team has been healthy, I feel we played better more often than not. Um, so yeah, health. That's going to coincide with the trade deadline too. Like Austin Reeves is going to probably be coming back right around the trade deadline and right after the road trip, or he may even be back for it. I think maybe he'll miss most of it, but yeah, a lot of things are going to happen right around the same time.
Hmm.
So yeah, man, let's see what happens from there.
What do you think about?
The standings. So it is super close. My bad, really quick. So yeah, like I said, the West is literally everyone except from the Spurs to the Suns, 2 through 7. It's a 4 game spread, which that's crazy. 7 teams only spread out by 4 games. So yeah, we're 6 right now. Shit, we could be third on Tuesday, fifth on Friday. That is just the West. I don't know. The West never ceases to amaze me. The East is always the same. You got like 3 good teams, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
My
yeah,
bad.
we're right
What were
now
you
we're
gonna
at the
ask?
well before I get that, we're at the sixth seed and we are we are in danger of becoming a play-in team at this point, and depending on how we play over the next
Correct.
stretch of games. And to me, I think that that is actually going to be a form of pressure on the front office to make moves. And I don't know that there are a lot of moves that they
Hmm.
can make that are actually going to move the needle. So that might force a bad move, a move out of desperation. And I'm actually
Yeah.
concerned about that. So I wanted to get that out. But the question I was going to ask you was, what do you feel about the rumors surrounding Jonathan Kuminga being traded to the Lakers? Are you big on that, or do you think that that would
I
help?
wouldn't mind. I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, depending on what it is, I actually like Kaminga. Um, he's just one of those guys that's inconsistent. Like when he's, playing well, he's. I would actually love to have him as like, the four or the five. Like he could be probably. I don't know if they'd start him if he was traded for, but we could just see him as um the another five. He plays what? He plays like a three and the four, right? He plays like a wing, but he
Yeah, I
plays
don't think
big
he plays
man
the
a
four.
lot too. Like he plays the four. He's like a stretch four, but
Yeah.
I think he's definitely been. He's like a power forward slash center. Um,
So you would, I mean, to me, then
I think
what good
yeah,
is
he's
Rui
played
if
I
you
think
do
the
that?
three through the five.
But what do
Yeah,
you?
like
Okay, so
and
what do you do
Kuminga's
with
no. I
Rui
mean, he can
if you
play
have him?
defense.
So
Well, I feel like that's
I
if they
imagine they're
trade,
going to
that's
trade
he
him.
would probably Rui would
Yeah,
probably be in there. Uh,
yeah. To me,
but I'm
you get
not.
a
I'm
better
not. I'm
defender
not
but a
big
worse
on
shooter.
getting him. Like yeah, like I'm not. We get him, cool. If we don't trade for him, it's not like a player that I'm like we need to get him immediately. But like I said, he's shorter than I thought. He's listed as 6'7", which means he's probably like 6'5", or 6'6". I felt like he was taller for some reason. So he is like a 3'4", I guess. He's not really a five. Um, so yeah, I mean, yeah, he would be like pretty much replacing Rui, Vanderbilt. Maybe if he could be the best of both of them in one person, then yeah, that would be great. But
I mean, he has
um,
to improve
I
his
don't know.
shot, I
I've
think,
been
to me.
following the rumors a little bit. I know he's demanded. He's one of those players where he was eligible on the 15th to be traded. So I know. I guess from what I've read and seen that as soon as that date came, he officially made it. He made it official that he wanted to be traded. So I don't know if
Yeah.
have not been following super close. I just saw that the official statement that he had asked the ownership to be traded. I don't know if he was trying to go somewhere, what the Warriors need. I don't know what the Warriors like, what they're looking for. I don't really, I haven't been up Warriors what they're looking for. I mean, I know they're not having a super great year that they expected to after they had a nice little playoff run last year. So
Well,
I don't know
here's what.
if Rui or Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent are like guys that the Warriors want or are looking for. So that's why I just don't feel like Kaminga's coming to the Lakers.
He's making about. He's making about, I don't know, 4 million more than Rui is. No, Rui's making 13, 14, so he's making like 8 million more or something like that. Um, almost almost 10 million more. So
When's his contract till? When is his contract up? I can't really see it on this.
it's a team option
Did he
on
just sign?
26,
Didn't he just sign
27.
an extension like last year?
Yeah, but it was like a 1-1 or something.
Look it up.
Yeah, they got a 1-1 in the offseason because this year he's getting paid 22.5. Next year it's a team option for 24.3. So that would be a team option for the Lakers if he got traded, I assume. And then he'd be an undrafted free agent, or sorry,
Oh,
unrestricted free
so
agent in 27, 28.
he's
So
he's pretty much
we can
a
get rid of him.
expiring contract since it's a team option. Even though
Yeah.
he has another year
So
left, it's a
you're
team
trading
option.
an
You're right.
expiring contract
So
for an
it's kind of like
expiring contract, but one more expensive.
yeah,
So I don't know why the Lakers would do that. I mean, you'd have to throw in
yeah. I
more
don't.
salary. So you'd have to do Rui and something else to even get it done.
Someone else. Yeah. exactly. Yeah, he's
So
listed as a power forward. I mean, yeah, I'd rather, like you said, trade um for Herb Jones. I would put more energy and firepower into getting Herb Jones than Kaminga.
exactly. But yeah, I think that this will be a bad move. This is an example of the thing I'm worried about. Is like there's pressure to make a move
Yeah,
coming out
I
of
don't think
something
it'll
like
happen.
this. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying this is an example of the kind of thing I would say is a bad move that could be made because the circumstances made them feel like they had to do something. I'm saying like something like this would make me mad. Like I'd be really upset if they, especially.
Now,
Well,
if
the talk was that they
would
were going
be
to trade Reeves for Kuminga, and
interesting.
that would have made me really mad. But go ahead.
Oh no, I don't want that happening at all. Be interesting. I feel like the Lakers, if we make a trade, it's going to be a multi-team trade because when I'm looking at their contracts, perhaps or maybe Herb Jones and Kaminga are involved in trades with each other. I'm wondering. It's funny. Kaminga actually makes almost the exact same amount as Herb Jones, except Herb Jones has 3 years, 3 more years on his contract, but it's roughly the same as Kaminga, about 2022 a year. They could be traded for each other straight up, pretty probably. Um, but I'm
Well,
sure
I
the
thought Herb Jones is getting paid
Pelicans
like
would
12 million
reward
this
this
year,
one.
but his extension is 20 something. Like his extension didn't kick in yet.
Oh yeah, you know what? My bad. I'm looking at his extension. That's what I was looking at. You're right. So we'll after so next this year, the next year, yeah, his extension kicks in. Okay, his extension
Yeah.
kicks in 27, 28. My bad. I wasn't even looking at the year. I was looking at just the numbers. Yeah, that is correct. So yeah,
No, you're good.
I mean, still, who knows? They could still be involved in a trade for each other with 2, 3, 4 teams. Who knows? What we did like an 8-team trade last year
To
or
me,
the
I
year
would rather.
before, like the
Okay,
most ever teams in a trade.
if we were gonna do if we were gonna do Kaminga, I would. I don't think that the Warriors would do this, but I would rather just get rid of Vincent and Kleber because that would be about the same amount of money. So now you keep Rui and you have Kuminga.
Yeah,
I actually think that would be way better. I
yeah.
would take
Oh no,
Kuminga there.
if
I'd
we
be very
could,
happy about
I,
that.
I like Gabe. I like Gabe Vincent as a. I like him as a person. No, he seems like a cool guy. He seems like a good guy, but if we had and he's originally from California, from the West Coast, but
Yeah.
he probably I'm sure he grew up a Lakers fan, and loves being here. But if we could get Kaminga for him, I would definitely do that trade. I would definitely do that. Like you said, keeping Rui with Vanderbilt and Kaminga, I think that would shore up a lot of things on the wing where you have Vanderbilt is more defensive, Rui more offensive, and then Kuminga's kind of like in the middle. So it's one of those guys is having a
Yeah.
bad game. We always have someone to um, or throw LeBron in there.
Yeah, I feel that.
I think we'd be pretty solid. Yeah, but other than that, I wouldn't really want to trade any other players that are realistic for Kuminga. And
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, so I have a feeling it's not going to be like a super crazy trade deadline. Like I like those two guys we mentioned, probably like the biggest names we'll see move. Um, and who knows, maybe crazy, some crazy happens and they don't even get traded, and there's like a quiet trade deadline. But again, like we've seen crazy things just like last year and other years. So it's,
Yeah, makes sense. Um, well, I mean, those were the topics I wanted to talk about. So I'm out of topics.
yeah, I mean that's pretty
Yeah,
much right. We can
I love.
wrap it up for
Yeah. Well,
the Lakers.
the thing that I'll say to wrap.
I love Lakers.
Yeah. Well, the thing that I'll say to kind of put a stamp on as far as where I stand on the Lakers is they do need something right now. I think that they're poised to be a first round exit again, and that is kind of disappointing because I thought that we were headed in the
Mm,
right direction. They do need to make moves. It seems like they're going to be positioned to make moves best after this season, but that's going to be another year
Yeah.
of taken away from Luca. And ideally, if this is going to be LeBron's last year as a Laker, making a decent playoff run would probably be fitting. But it is what it is. Like I'm just bracing myself
Yeah.
for that, and I don't think the Lakers are risking not making the playoffs as it stands now. But I do think that they're basically a first round exit. That's how they're playing right now. Like so, we'll see what happens. But yeah,
I know it's I don't want to hope that, but it's I hope it doesn't happen. We will still have plenty more basketball, so hopefully things turn out for the better. We'll reconvene um within the next week or two. I'm assuming. But yeah,
yeah,
we got we'll have some more stuff to talk about. Hopefully Sodam Ice Cold, aka Lante, will be able to join us. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it with us today.
yeah,
And he will join us for his first appearance of the year, of the new year. We appreciate all you guys tuning in, checking us out. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, interact, leave us comments, questions about any of the things we talked about, or anything you may want to see in upcoming episodes. I appreciate. Thank you. Shout out to my co-host Black Muse,
yep. And shout out to you,
and I am
Samurai.
Egyptian Laker, aka Samurai the Seventh.
Yes, sir. And yeah,
Yep,
hoping for the
yep.
best, but not expecting it. As for sure, being a realist. But yeah, I I do like I do want to end with like this positive note in that we are supposed to have a couple of interesting interviews lined up, and I've told you kind of in the back channel, so stay tuned for that because those are going to be pretty awesome if they
Mhm.
go down the way that they're supposed to.
Nice.
It's going to be some pretty awesome, famous people that you guys are going to know and love from Dodgers Nation, Lakers Nation. So, yeah, shout out to that. But I
Yes,
want to
yes.
hear for the first time in 2026, you hit them with the
Uh,
tagline. Hit them with that
you
tagline,
already know
Samurai.
you can't spell loyalty without the L A
LAL.
L.
That's what's up. LA till I die. Peace,
Laker
everybody.
loyalty. Thank you all. Yes, sir.